9 o'clock on a Tuesday, isn't it, everybody? Welcome to the show. We're here till about 10:30. It's Talkback with Thane and Sophia. And if you want to be on board our little chat show, then feel free. Our phone number, if you're too scared to log in, is 021 949 555. Details on screen. You can text us even, and we can do it. Oh, look at you in green. Hello.
No, it makes me actually look like I've just appeared out of a crypt, like a little vampire or something.
Yeah, Michael
It's
Jackson
quite
or
good, isn't
something. Yeah, very nice colour. Looks good on you. Welcome to the program, Sophia. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. It feels a bit busy at the moment.
Yes.
The old daylight savings. I feel like I'm losing an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all the
Yeah.
kids think that 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and they're like, I'm not tired. I want to stay up.
I know what you mean. Oh, well, you made the show. That's the main thing.
How are you?
Pretty good, actually. Good spirits. We've got a lot of stuff on the show today.
So much stuff.
We'll get to that very shortly. We're going to invite you to chat to us on the air tonight. I'm going to cut and paste an invitation. I'm doing that right now into the message, the comments.
It's a wee bit.
No matter where you're viewing, and there it is. It's up now. Just click that stream, and then you can join us here and have a little bit of a chat. Michelle, nice to see you. Right, we're going to get to our comments guy, check in with him, the fact checker, and we'll be back, everybody. Here we go.
G'day, Mr. Kirby.
Mate, how are you?
Good, guys. How you doing, Sophia?
I'm well. How are you, Benny?
Oh, hyped, amped, psyched. I just took a big hit of ketamine, so no, I'm just joking. But I mean, I'd love to just sort of mainline some heroin right now and just sort of get fired up for, get the week started in the right way, man.
Wildly irresponsible. I love it.
Exactly. It's going to be a great show tonight. It's going to be a banger of a show tonight. I hear you guys have been working a week to get this show together, and I hear it's going to be an absolute banger. A little bit for everybody, a little bit of women's sort of girl talk, ladies talk, and then there's a bit of general sort of health issues. But I think right across the board, it's going to be something that everyone's going to learn from.
Yeah, absolutely. You nailed Johnny a nail on the head there. It's got something for everything. It's a little bit of Monica on the side, a little bit of Veronica. Here I am, and then we end the show talking weed, medicinal cannabis. So that's yeah. But sorry, I was just sharing what we were doing tonight. Let's just get into what is happening. Got some special guests tonight. Laura Jane Surrich joins us. We're talking Empowered Period NZ. So that'll be coming up in about 6 minutes' time. Then Paul Lee, he's bringing in a couple of friends from Organic Genetics. They're making medicinal cannabis. And also we're talking to Katie Thomas, who's been directly affected with her child needing medicinal cannabis, kind of settle down tremors and all kinds of medical issues.
Yes.
So
very beneficial.
I'll say. Jody Clark, hi there, and congratulations to Jody. Evening back to you. You won our sunglasses. If you didn't see the social post.
Oh, you, Jody. They're awesome. Ours just arrived, and I'll be wearing them in the sun very soon.
Fabulous.
Beautiful thing.
And
Mr. McGuinness, kia ora. Steve-o.
Steve, have you got a pie review for us?
Yeah.
I think you do.
Oh, we would love to hear a pie review from some of our viewers.
Oh, most definitely. I'm just sharing the stream now to 100 million. It's going into the Jesus Christ Christian pie page.
100 million people.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Put it in the Jesus chat room. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Let's get it praised and let's get it blessed because we are doing God's work here tonight.
New Zealand Warriors.
They're really tasty. Oh, you're talking.
Sorry. Yeah, I am.
Did you hear about that warrior that got snapped in the Gold Coast and he had like some blow in his pocket? What a fucking legend.
How deliciously irresponsible for him and his parents.
Yeah, well, he's only a kid. So,
Yeah, 19, eh? 19 with all that money.
Incredible, eh? Incredible.
Well, you learn, don't you?
You
Might
learn
be doing that again.
very quick at that age, and I'm sure at 19, a bump of blow would really sort of get you moving from one end of the field to the other. Quick, smart.
Yeah, I
Keep
don't
your
know
eye
if
on the
that's
prize.
allowed. I don't think that's allowed. I'm gonna put a
I know.
question mark on that one.
I'm just having a bit of a luck, but I mean, I don't think it's allowed. Period. But irregardless, I mean, what better
True.
place to sort of go on a cocaine field bender other than the Gold Coast?
Gold Coast.
Yeah, totally.
Because you can, you don't even need to wear a mask on the Gold Coast.
No, not a problem whatsoever. Oh, we've got this chat is absolutely going bananas.
Selena, Sophia, I just sent you a photo on Messenger. I'm intrigued. Okay.
Michelle, I'm currently eating a cheese pie from Ponsonby Pie. It's very nice, but one problem. No sign of any cheese.
Ooh, that's a big faux pas. That's a big faux pas.
Yeah, R. Kelly is jailed. See you later.
Oh, he is
what
done.
A POS.
Guys and girls on R. Kelly's front, and the mandatory thing he made them all do in any scenario was to call him daddy the whole time.
Ooh.
So, there you go.
Ooh, that's always a red flag.
Isn't it? Except when you're referring to daddy long legs, the spiners. Anyway,
if you're cleaning up a daddy long legs spider, it's A-OK.
Absolutely.
If you're talking to your father, again, it's a win. Anything else, it's a no-go zone. What? He's hiding again with the camouflage. Hey, Luke.
Hey,
g'day, Steve. How are we? I was just having a look at my chamomile tea. There's some floaties in it. I might have to reload that.
Oh, boy. That's
Anyway,
not good.
hey, how are we going?
Got a couple of daddy long legs in there, have you?
Yeah, got a couple of floaties. Daddy long. Oh, aren't they good? What about the ones you get out of your nose and you pull out? Those ones.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a daddy long legs.
Yeah, they're called daddy long legs. When the big nasal hair come out, you've got to grab it and you go.
What?
It's a
I
very...
thought you were referring to snot. Are you talking about hair?
No, hair on your nose.
Oh, I don't get that.
It's a manly thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it sounds pretty manly to me. So, what's happening? 9:08 here. Who's joining us first?
So let's just quickly go over, just recap. If you're just joining us, you just logged on. This is our special
Sounds
guest
exciting.
lineup. Laura Jane Surrich joins us from Empowered Period NZ very shortly. And then later on in the show, we're talking medicinal cannabis with Paul Lee from Organic Genetics. Plus, I've got some very special birthdays today, celebrity selling birthday a bit later on. New Zealand's most wanted. People running from the law tonight. We're going to help them track them down.
And we've got 2 races to watch. One in Japan.
Yes.
One in Australia. I've put 2 bets down. It's an easy bet. So
Tell me it's an ostrich.
I'm trying to find the ostrich one, but I thought I'd do the Japanese one because I reckon that'd be quite a good, funny commentary, that one.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
Man, that I couldn't sleep because that ostrich was so funny.
She loved the ostrich racing.
I just loved it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was just
What an
correct.
animal.
So giving some context, last night we got a little bit bored. The chat was waning, and then Luke came up with this genius idea to put a few dollars on the dogs, then the trots, and then he ended up putting something on the old ostrich racing. We saw some coverage of it, and it was hilarious. We ended on pig racing, didn't we? That was great.
Yeah, we sure did. I honestly had no idea that was all happening out inside the world, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
I've got 3 parts of the story and little Benny Mack too, because he had things, right?
Very
Absolutely.
interesting.
All right, guys. What do we got? 9 minutes past 9 o'clock. Our special guest here. Let's get to that interview. Hello there, Laura. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here.
No worries. Welcome to our little show. We've got Sophia and Luke with us as well.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Luke.
Hi, Laura. I love the turtleneck.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're nice and cozy.
Yeah, it is cozy. It's my love on top.
I like it. Must be really cuddly.
Before we go on, Luke he loves looking at people's backgrounds and pulling them apart. So if there's anything you want to move, no, you're good with it?
I've already put away my dishes.
Okay, cool.
And I rearranged my pillows just a little bit just for you, Luke. So.
Fantastic.
Oh, no, that's good. That's good.
Excellent.
Very observant.
Now, you know a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I turns out I do. Yeah, Jackie O'Connor.
Yeah, that's right. She's one of my friend's younger sisters, and when she said she was coming on the show, I was like, wow, there we go. You've got a great little business there. bet you two didn't know that.
Small world, New Zealand. I know. Well, yeah, Jackie's the reason I'm on the show right now. So
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in hearing all about it.
Well, start from the top. So this is Empowerment Period NZ, right?
Yeah, Empowerment Period New Zealand. Well, it's basically, I'm going to call it a revolution, a reclamation of the great feminine power, which is, of course, the period. So this was started by Jackie O'Connor, aka Nurse Jackie, registered nurse. She's an absolutely incredible, inspirational woman. And so Nurse Jackie has set up training for women like myself and other women who are going to be across the country spreading the awareness of empowered periods. So yeah, we'll be holding workshops, and in these workshops we'll be facilitating like the ability for people to learn about menstruation, people who are yet to bleed, currently menstruating, or people who, just support people like our men. And it's important life-changing knowledge because, as women, many of us don't really even know our own cycle. And there's a lot of shame and trauma that comes around from, most people don't even want to have that conversation. So it's vital to start opening up these conversations. And the period itself is listed now as one of the 5 vital signs of health. So it's definitely really important.
And
also, when you go and talk, sorry, Thane. We have trouble with this. We constantly talk over each other. Okay, you go. Hold on.
So your partner, right, is, she may not know everything there is to do about menstruation and the period. And then also you don't want to come off as some kind of buffhead asking dumb questions. So this is good that more education is getting out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What were you saying, Sophia?
I was just going to say, I think, speaking from personal experience as well, you can kind of get an idea about menstruating, and you kind of get the details on it so you can cope with it. But it's not until later on in life that I've actually started to notice huge different signs and even what I need to eat or how I'm feeling. And they're just really subtle signs. It's not like I feel like I'm going to turn into the Hulk or anything before my period. It's not like that. And I think a lot of men think, oh God, like these huge changes. But I think they can be really subtle things that if you know about them, you can plan for yourself. And for example, there's all the different phases that happen in your cycle, and I'm sure you know much more than I do on that. But, for example, the seeds. Have you heard of the seeds? I'm sure you have. Like eating that different types of seeds throughout your cycle to facilitate those different vitamins. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah. Well, I actually have Jackie's book right here in front of me.
All right.
So in the book, there are different types of foods that you need throughout your cycle and different supplements. And I'm still training and learning about this myself as I go along. But there are different stages of your cycle. So if you're going into menstruation, I know you need magnesium and B6. So yeah, there are things that we need more awareness around.
Let's have a look at the book, please.
So this is Jackie's book.
Wow.
Empowered Period. So I'm just getting up.
There you go.
Yeah, we've got it. Basically, it's a Bible, a manual of the period. So you go through the 4 phases, like you were just discussing before, Sophia. You've got your winter phase, your bleed time, your spring, and then you've got your summer and your autumn, just like the seasons of the seasonal cycle. So yeah, no, but what you were saying before is exactly correct. When you can learn about the cycle and learn to track it, you can empower yourself by knowing, for example, I know when I'm most productive. I know when I should schedule my meetings and when I should not schedule any meetings. And I know when I'm going to be able to come up with new project ideas. And so it's a great life hack tool, like biohack.
Yeah, it's absolutely a tool that you can use in everyday life that really, it does help. Like, for example, for me, I know before I get my period, I'll really crave sweet food. So to balance that, like I'll double the amount of essential radiance I take from my company, which is spirulina, just to boost my iron, and I'll eat steak and lots of greens. Like I'll just be craving those foods, and that'll just kind of help me get away from eating a whole block of chocolate, which is my old standard response. And I think, you know, you have these times where you just actually need to rest, and you can plan those into your day or month or whatever it is, even with your employer. So you can kind of, not that you take the day off, but, you know, you can kind of work your schedule to work for you, I suppose.
100%, yeah.
And get your partner to help as well. Like, you know, if you guys are aware of what's going on, it's much easier to just go, okay, plan to make a cup of tea on this week, set an alarm on your phone, you're going to instantly look like husband of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my question. What's your tip for all husbands? What's your biggest tip?
Yeah,
I mean, you got that thing, she's on a, you know, period, stay away type thing. But what's your biggest tip?
Just listening.
That's not a good response, by the way.
Yeah. Listening and learning. You know, when you listen and get to know your loved one's cycle, you'll know what their needs are and what their wants are, and you'll be able to support them best in their bleed times and all throughout their cycle. I mean, and it's going to cultivate a deep, intimate relationship between you both as well. So yeah, have that conversation, and don't be ashamed or think it's a taboo topic.
But also on the other side, there must be the bonuses of when, hey, wow, she's on fire, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so there's a real bonus thing, you know?
Yeah, and like
there's actually an interesting. Oh, sorry. Some interesting science behind like smells of skin and sweat that relate to pre-ovulation period within a woman. So men actually find women more attractive, and this is scientifically proven, just before ovulation. So just say a week after your menstrual bleeding, you are then more attractive to men in your pre-ovulation, because your body's preparing to be like, okay, I can make a baby. I'm going to lure these cats in. So you can use that to your advantage as well.
It's amazing how the body works. The intelligence of it is just, it's incredible.
It's all pheromones and hormones, and you're constantly in communication with other human beings, whether you know it or not. And these things are all going on at a baseline level. So I think we easily breeze through this stuff, ignoring it in day-to-day life, and we just, you know, it just happens. It's like whatever. But if you tap into it, there's some really powerful stuff you can get out of it, and you can use it to your advantage for sure.
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet Nurse Jackie?
I actually went along to one of her workshops because I have two daughters myself. One is 7 and one's 11. And so I thought, well, they're not going to listen to me. And I was trying to talk to them about my 11-year-old just coming up to her period. So I was trying to have that conversation with her. And she was like, oh, Mum, shut up, stop it. So I took her along to Nurse Jackie's workshop, and it was the way that she delivers is a very fun, interactive and upbeat way, which, you know, my daughters came out of it beaming, super excited to get the period. So
that's so cute.
It was really, it was, yeah, big 180.
She's a very energetic lady, isn't she?
Yeah. Kind of rubs off on me, and afterwards, after our conversations, I always feel upbeat and ready to go.
Yeah. So is the book something that you would give to a child to read? Like, I'm quite specific about how much information I share with my children. I've got 3 daughters, and I really have a rule of thumb that if I'm going to share something, I'll share what's age appropriate and nothing further until it's necessary or needed, because I think if you give children too much information too soon, they become really interested, and they're going to go and seek out answers for themselves, which can be quite detrimental to having rules. And so I found some age appropriate books for my eldest, and she's read them, and then I'll pass them down, obviously, to our middle child. But is the book something that you would read as an adult and then kind of relay what's important, or would you be able to give it to a child?
This book, I mean, there's ways of rephrasing and rewording the information in a way that is suitable to a child, rather than saying it in, for example, if you're talking about how what's happening going on inside the womb at this period when you're getting closer to ovulation, you wouldn't say, you know, you're waiting for intimacy and sex. You'd say, you know, I know the way Jackie's delivered it before is you're waiting. It's like waiting for a visitor to come into your home. So you're putting up the decorations in your house and trying to make everything look all pretty for your visitor. So a way of delivering the information that is age appropriate. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So buy the book, read it, and then deliver it yourself, do you think?
Well, this book here, I think that's available. It might be available on the social media page. I'll have to check.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. It's up to you how you deliver that information and have the conversation at home. Yeah.
Cool.
Luke, how did you get on with your kid, like with daughter? Because there's always been a fear, like it was like a big medical event for me in my mind, and then it happened. And it was like, this is no big deal.
Yeah, I passed it on to the mother.
Yeah. So, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for them to see that you're not terrified or because a lot of times as well, when you're a young kid, it's like you can have accidents where you're not prepared and you don't want to feel ashamed or like you can't. If mum's not home, you want to be able to go to dad and go, hey, I need a wee bit of help here. Something's happened. I don't know what to do. Because I think kids can be just, very uncomfortable and awkward at the best of times anyway. So it's nice for them to know at least.
Yeah, she knows that, she's got it back and, but it's telling the boys. It's more than telling the boys what's happening. That's an interesting thing because my daughter's in the middle there and it's telling the boys this is what happens. This is life, guys. And it's been nice in that regard and be respectful for my daughter too. And it's an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very interesting.
Absolutely. It's good for them to learn it as well. And then they'll know, sort of what happens for their wife. You've got to make the hot water bottle or deliver that king-size block of chocolate and or steak and spinach or whatever it is, just a little forehead kiss. You're winning.
Yeah. Awkward question though, but are girls getting periods earlier these days? I remember when I was going to school, everyone was like 13 or something. It's like a lot earlier. Is that just us developing, or how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. No. For what I have been observing in myself from my daughters and her friends, it seems to be like around 11, 12, 13 of what I've around.
Okay, interesting.
I think it varies a lot from kid to kid, but I mean, my daughter, I won't speak on her behalf, but she was the same age as me. But I think what you're sort of tapping into there, Thane, is puberty has been starting earlier, but perhaps not the menstrual cycle, but the beginnings of puberty maybe have been. I know there was like a big chat about that with KFC putting hormones in their chicken. Everyone was like, oh my God, everyone's getting their period at 8. Like, big thing about 5 years ago. But
now tell us about, I've been looking at your background whilst looking there. I just see you've got a lucky black elephant there with a trunk up.
Here we go. What?
Oh, my elephant.
Yeah, on the right-hand side. Where's that down there? Yeah, that's the lucky one.
Got an eye, Luke.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he came from.
That's a lucky black elephant. You know that, eh?
Yeah, it's my lucky elephant. It is now.
You know now. Yeah.
And the trunk up. And then you've got your little fruit salad plant at the back there. Have you noticed the little extra things, that the air roots that come out of there?
Yeah, the little bits that sprout off.
Yeah, the air roots. Now, I was really scared. I've got one of those, quite a big one, and these roots were going everywhere. And I was going, oh, God, if I cut those off, I'm going to kill my plant. But went to the old plant barn. They said, no, just lop them off. Boom. And all of a sudden, the plant just blew out. It was great.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so cut those air roots, no problem at all, and repot them with a little bit of fertilizer. Keep them well watered. You'll have a really good fruit salad plant there.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Thank you, Luke.
That size for quite some time, so maybe that's, thank you.
Yeah. Help.
Excellent. Hey, the website that we can find more information about Dr. Jackie?
Yeah, of course. She has the heartplace.co.nz. And then there is the Empowered New Zealand, Empowered Period New Zealand Facebook page and Instagram, which is Empowered Period NZ on both Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Interesting fact about Jackie. Is it Nurse Jackie or Dr. Jackie or Professor Jackie?
The Nurse Jackie, but
Nurse Jackie.
Nurse Jackie.
Yeah, an eyewitness. Now, I think it was in the Hawke's Bay or somewhere like that. Big hot air balloon crashed. Remember that hot air balloon crash?
Yeah.
Back She was an eyewitness there, one of the first there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bring that little fact up when you see her next.
I will,
I want to know anything else about Nurse Jackie.
No.
Well, no, I don't personally, but,
Ask about that one. Come back to me.
Okay. Excellent. He's full of fun facts, this guy.
Now, so.
Hey, thank you very much for your time there, Laura. I really appreciate it. We'll definitely go check out that website. And you can buy the book on the website, or?
No, this book, I'm pretty sure it's not on the website. It might be up on the social media pages. I'll have to double check that.
Cool. Excellent.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Laura.
Thanks for your time. See you soon. Yeah, very cool. There you go.
Yeah.
The way your facials, though, when you go, Nurse Jackie, very suspect. You know, it's like, what do you got some dirt on?
What do we not know?
Yeah.
Oh, just nothing. Just
great. Okay.
Nothing.
Here's Nurse Jackie, everybody. This is who we're talking about. Lovely Nurse Jackie from heartplace.co.nz. Let's bring in our fact checker now. Benny, what are you
up to something over there in the right-hand corner.
You can take some time in the lobby.
Oh, what a great place, you know, Heart Place, exciting times. All this talk about sort of the menstrual cycle, very, very interesting. I personally don't have a wife or any children, but I remember fondly a few years back when my my mother actually went through menopause, and that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. No longer would she lock me out of the house and thrash me with an old walking stick, but she became a very lovable, evenly temperamented old woman.
Wow.
Fantastic.
What an experience.
Thank you very much, mate, for that. Perfect. Hey, now, Lukey boy, I've got a little bit of a competition. Obscure. I've got a competition now. Yeah, have a look at this. This is for a $50 voucher to Midnight Gardener on opening. It's birthday day today, being the 28th, isn't it? And these people are having a birthday. I don't want you to name them because the competition is this. If you can message us the name of everybody on screen here, the first person who successfully does that.
Can you guys get them all in your head?
Yeah. So I can pick them all in my head.
Can you?
Because I put it together. Yeah.
Nah.
I'm one short, I think.
Have you got one at least?
I've got 3.
0.
You got 0.
How?
I've got 0.
What?
Wow, look.
Are you blind? Yes.
Look at that face. Yes, most definitely yes. Oh. All right, so the first person who messages us through all of those things, then hey presto, is going to get
winner.
$50 voucher, no problem.
Yeah. Perfect. Write it down. Excellent. Coming up on the show, everybody, we got another special guest. He'll be up with us very shortly. This is the fella on tonight. We're going to be talking to Paul Lee from Organic Genetics. Remember when they were like going to legalize weed in New Zealand and then and all that kind of stuff? Everyone was like, I'm just going to start a medicinal cannabis kind of company and blah, 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 blah. Few has successfully done it. We know, me and Sophia personally know a couple of people, but this guy has got one hell of a story to tell. So we talked to Paul Lee, the CEO of Organic Genetics, very shortly. He's coming up a couple of minutes.
Time's that coming on?
In about 10 minutes time, pretty much.
Oh, that's good, because we've got our race in Japan. He might be able to help us out there at 9:50.
Oh, yeah. No worries. Well, we can ask him.
Hey, did you change the tea, or is that the one with the floaties in it?
That's the one with the floaties, and I thought it'd just go through the system, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you've just got to go with that. It goes through the system. What it is, it's a natural antioxidants. And of course, interesting that you say this about this genetics cannabis. Man, oh man, I've been to Amsterdam and I've been to LA and to Vegas, and I've sampled the cannabis products there. Extraordinary products. It's an absolute shame that that New Zealand couldn't sort of navigate its way through that sort of maelstrom towards a legislated market, a legal market. But I mean, I think cannabis and cramps go hand in hand. I can imagine sort of that cool.
You know, I've never really liked weed. It's not.
What about a relieving CBD balm?
Yeah, that I could be interested in for sure. Like, I'm not interested in the getting high part of the scenario, you know. But when you're talking about a pain relief CBD, I'm like, okay, because a balm sounds like
a
nice
topical
massage
ointment.
vibe.
Like a
be
little
taken orally.
balm.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could
Ben,
whip it up
can I
and
ask
put
a
it into a
question?
drink.
How is everyone getting edibles in the country then? Are they being made up by are they making them themselves, or they're bringing it in the mail from overseas? What's going on?
That is a great question, Thane Kirby. I believe I would rather not comment.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Benny, back
you
up the
supplying
question
them?
for you. How many
Pardon me,
dikes
sir?
did you get into in Amsterdam?
Pardon me, my sir?
How many dikes did you get into in Amsterdam?
Oh man, over there, well, you just got to make sure that you stay safe. But no, I was actually very well behaved there. I was actually.
Did you say bikes?
Dikes. You know, like damn dikes where you put your finger in so it stops the.
There's a lot of Holland is one of the most historical countries that can control water. A vast majority of their land is actually reclaimed land. They use the windmill, the dams, and of course the dikes to move water around the country. I think Luke was trying to be hilarious, and he hit the mark once again.
Weirdly. That's correct. Also, another fun fact, New Amsterdam started watching a new season tonight. Very good. Very good.
Hey, Jodie Clark says there's a lady on Facebook who makes and sells. Don't put that.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, but okay. Well, don't come at us for putting that up. Okay, if you do the research and you find it yourself, it's on you. It's got nothing to do with us.
It's got nothing to do with us. And I actually heard of a legal precedent has been set that user activity, autonomous user activity, is by no means our responsibility.
That's right.
So.
Thanks,
I would like to trial medicinal cannabis as I've had chronic pain for 30 years. Too expensive. I'm guessing expensive for me. Hey, I wonder if, because if it was flooding the market, it wouldn't be as expensive and you'd be able to give it a go. But yeah, in LA and stuff, they're all about it. I don't really support legalizing cannabis because I just think, like, why? But then again, I haven't looked into it enough to consider it.
I'm a non-supporter of it.
You what?
I'm a non-supporter of it.
Yeah, I don't love it around driving. I don't love it around children. I don't think that everybody's as responsible as some. It's like it's a no-brainer. No.
It's a no for me.
Yeah, but CBD oils and things and medicinal cannabis, I mean, absolutely, 100%. If it's taking care of people's pain, it's a go for me.
Everybody's loving New Amsterdam. Thank you very much. The TV show's streaming on Netflix.
It's actually good. You think it's like, it's going to be rubbish, but it's actually not bad. If you start from season 1, obviously. We should get a talking stick.
No, I reckon the way we should do it is you should raise your hand so we can see it. So then I'll know you're going to be up next, and then you butt in. And also, as soon as you hear someone talk, I reckon we should just back off real fast.
Yeah, that's also confusing, but we'll figure it out. We'll do the hand thing.
Yeah,
but my hand keeps going the wrong way because I can't tell where I'm pointing.
I'll do this.
That's cute. Okay. You look like a scared puppy.
Yes, Luke. What can we do for you?
What's New Amsterdam about?
New Amsterdam.
Doctors. Oh.
New Amsterdam is a medical drama set in some kind of city, and it's a guy who's got cancer, who's getting out of cancer. He's leading the hospital, and he's a real cool guy, and there's a lot of personal stuff that he's dealing with, plus a lot of trauma coming through. And just like all the other medical dramas, you pick up on everybody's lives within there. So it's a nice little show.
Luke?
Yes, Luke.
Why is it called New? Is it based in Holland, or is it?
Yes, Sophia.
I think that it's in a place called New Amsterdam in the US. That's the hospital name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. I think we've got a little bit of a preview.
Luke.
Yes, Luke.
So it's like a young doctor's thing.
No. The next question.
No.
Let's have a watch of a preview, guys. Have a listen to this. Benny, if you can run it down.
Oh, it's good. It's really
Great.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got to sort that guy out, man. Oh.
It looks great. Al wants to be brought into the room.
Get you out of my head. I need to see you. I need to be with you.
I feel like he's an attainable hot as well, you know, and this is what they've done. He's not over the top.
Now that I've held you,
Look.
and I've kissed you.
It's like that movie.
That's what I need.
Movie that
And that's it.
he looks like
Mr.
Grey.
You what?
Mr. Grey? Is it Mr. Grey? What's that thing called?
Oh, Grey's
Great
Anatomy.
anatomy.
No, the movie, the books,
Oh, the dirty one.
yeah, Grey, dirty.
Yeah, we know the one. 50
You
Shades.
know
of
the
Grey.
one.
That's one, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
I don't know why that whole thing was centered around him and that chick. Like, that's a bit full on. I mean, I think they got together at the end of the last season, but
Guys, that's my hand guy up now. Guys, just one quick go on our competition right now. If you know these 4 people, just message us right now. It's their birthday today. Have a good look, and you can win a $50 voucher to Midnight Gardener in Ponsonby. So just name who these 4 people are because it's their birthday. And if you're right, your first person through right, you're going to get a little bit of a bump up there at the fantastic Midnight Gardener. Okay. We've got our special guest waiting here. We'll have questions very shortly, everybody. Hold there.
Oh, so cool.
Special guests, Paul and Holly. Hey, how's it going?
Hello. How are you?
Fantastic. We're good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited. I just want to start off by saying that this is past our bedtime right now, but we're so happy
it's
to
past
be here.
ours as well.
We do the show at this time because it's when you get the kids down and have had dinner by now, you know, and you're onto a little drink. So it's a nice time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
So
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
No, pleasure.
We're still learning how to do the who talks when. So we're attempting to try the hand signal movement. But if we do talk over you, keep talking and we'll stop talking.
No problem. No problem.
Perfect. Okay, first question. Walk us through your business, Organic Genetics.
You want to start?
Yeah, okay, sure. So we founded Organic Genetics back in 2019. And that was just after numerous discussions around the amazing potential that medicinal cannabis has. Paul being from LA, growing up in LA, all of his family and his friends are all in the business of cannabis over there, and they've all been telling us about the amazing opportunity. And it really made us think after hearing about, some of the stories over here of patients who really needed access to products, and also friends and family of ours as well who had suffered terribly with the use of opioids and prescription drugs. So that's really what made us start Organic Genetics.
Sophia.
So when we're talking CBD and we're talking medicinal cannabis, can you just explain a little bit for me mainly? I don't know really what the difference is if you're talking about weed and then you're talking medicinal cannabis. What are the purposes that it serves? What's the difference? Do you get high? Does it act as a pain relief? Is it addictive?
Yeah, okay, so there's a lot to kind of discuss around that. We could probably talk for hours, but in a nutshell, I guess the difference between normal cannabis that we've sort of known to have grown up around in New Zealand and medicinal cannabis is, all of the science and the research behind the products. It's not just something that's grown in a backyard. There's a lot of testing involved, a lot of genetic modification involved as well. So growing the right strains to pertain to the right diseases. And also everyone's sort of quite familiar with THC, which is the most commonly known cannabinoid. But also in medicinal cannabis, you have CBD, CBD and CBG, and there's over 130 different cannabinoids, but CBD does not get you high. It doesn't have any of the psychoactive effects that THC has, but it has been shown to have numerous medicinal properties and can really aid in the treatment of many diseases.
Amazing. And so when you're growing it, and are you able to have control so that your dosage is the same every time, so you're not getting any sort of Wild West effects here and there?
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
that's definitely the aim, I guess, of every grower, is to have that consistency through the batches and through your grow. But of course, it is a challenge, and that's where it really sets different players apart in the industry, because consistency and the quality of your genetics and the batch that you're growing really comes into play when you're developing these medicines.
Okay.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hello, hi Luke.
Hey, how you going, guys? I'm a bit of a gardener myself, and not in that way, but a midnight gardener on Ponsonby Road there. Hey, where do you grow this cannabis for this?
Yeah, so currently at the moment we've got 2 locations. One being in West Auckland, which is around 2,800 square meters. That would be choking. Primarily, that's for our indoor craft cannabis. As you know, the indoor facilities are very heavily controlled. And that is, some of the perks of actually growing from an indoor facility. There's a lot of moving parts to that. Our second location, we have 50 hectares of land in Kaitaia through the Ngāpuhi tribe. And that's something that me and Thane sort of touched on a little bit prior today. We're growing outdoor CBD hemp out there.
Amazing. Luke, get rid of the banana, for goodness sake.
Late night snack.
I'm just so fascinated. I just feel like I haven't had a chance to eat it, but I'll get back to. I'll put it over here.
Fold it back up and put it away.
I'll just sellotape it back up and put it back over here.
Perfect.
Hey, you've seen The Gentleman, right? The Gentleman?
Yes.
Yeah, how they go underneath and they've got that. Is that your sort of system like that?
Sorry, can you just repeat that question for me one more time?
The movie The Gentleman, I think it's called, and they go underground and it's got this massive sort of warehousey. There's a plant.
I know what movie you're referring to. Yes,
yeah.
Yes, I know what movie you're referring to, and yes, it's very similar to that. The indoor cultivation setup is pretty much exact.
Wow.
Okay, awesome. Hey, you got Michael here. Michael joins us. G'day, Michael. How are you?
Hey guys, good. How are you?
Hi, Michael.
Very good.
Good.
Now, Michael, how are you involved in the company?
So a number of years ago, Paul and Holly approached me. I'm a pharmacist, so I own 5 pharmacies in Auckland. When we got to talking, I've seen a real need for these sort of products in New Zealand at an affordable price. So at the moment, there's just nothing that is attainable for most people. And then from next month, actually, there's only going to be 4 products that will be available. So it's going to be very, very restrictive. So I do feel quite passionate about it. We have lots of sort of patients who are palliative and chronic pain. And I've seen the results. So there has been some good feedback.
Gotcha. I just want to address a quick question coming through now. Melissa Matthew wrote, how have the new laws that New Zealand have passed lately about access to medicinal cannabis helped patients with access to it?
How have the laws in New Zealand have passed lately? So, I mean, medicinal cannabis is currently legalized, as you're aware of. Recreationally, it's not. It's still very difficult for patients to access products. And that being said is because just recently, just even today, the second cannabis company was issued a GMP certification. And that GMP certification falls underneath the European pharmacopoeia laws. New Zealand has some of the most strenuous and regulated laws from any other country in the world, even though New Zealand packs a huge punch being a small country.
Oh yeah.
It has the regulatory systems of the biggest country in the world, so it's very difficult for any CBD and THC products to enter New Zealand and also be manufactured. So it's a really good sign for companies like in the cannabis industry, and because there's signs of the light in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yes, Luke.
Luke.
Now, Michael, you're a green pharmacist. I've seen the green things around Auckland. Some little. Is that correct? You're a green pharmacist.
What do you mean by green pharmacist? Sorry, Luke.
These little. See your little jacket thing there.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I see a lot of green. Am I calling it right? A green pharmacist, or?
Do you mean, do we specialize in these sort of products, or?
No, just the emblem, the logos. I see some logos.
Oh, so we've our brand is called Kiwi Chemist. So there's 5 in Auckland, and we're just a little player in the market, but we love being local, and we love our patients and being part of the community.
Yeah.
I got a question. So Paul, what do you do with the THC? You know, so it's like where does that go? And also, how do you guard it? What's the security like? I mean, because that's got to be a factor, right?
Yeah, I mean, the security protocols that the Medicinal Cannabis Agency have put into place are very strict, very regulated. So there's a lot of different hoops you have to jump through before you can even get the license to cultivate or manufacture or develop a nursery. So there's a lot of different points that they have to sign off on the security check, including, sanctioned safe to the ground that cannot be removed.
Right.
Secured away in a separate room to the rest of the facility, heavy fencing, security guard, security cameras, special disposable
requirements.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So with medicinal cannabis, how can we access that, and what does it help? So is this for people who are, at the end of their lives, and this is sort of the palliative angle, or is this for I've got cramps and I can rub it on my stomach?
Do you have to have your period or cancer? How do you get it?
Well, you can have either. So basically, at the moment, you need to, go to your GP and talk about your symptoms and what you'd like to use medicinal cannabis for, and it's up to them whether or not they will prescribe it to you. After that, if you do get a prescription, you then take that to your local pharmacy to fulfill. The types of things that you can be prescribed for products, can range from, endometriosis, Crohn's disease, epilepsy, and also has been really known to be shown great potential in cancer patients in treating cancer symptoms like nausea, insomnia, and pain relief.
Okay, that's really interesting. We have a listener, her name's Michelle, and she is in a wheelchair and she has chronic pain, and this is something that she was interested in looking at, but she said it's quite expensive. So if you have a prescription from a GP, is that subsidized? Do we subsidize it yet? Is that coming, or do you know?
Not yet. There's no subsidy at the moment. I know that there is a couple of people in the marketplace from different parties trying to subsidize the cost and try to get some kind of insurance cost on that for patients. But this is, it's been a marathon and not a race in regards to some of the changes and developments in this country. And I'm sure that it will be. Hopefully by next year, something will be implemented. But there is discussions around that at the moment.
But that is one of the main reasons that, Organic Genetics is doing all the work that they can. And that is, the more products that are available on the market, it will push the prices down for patients. And that's something that we really, really want to do, is make the products more affordable for them. We also have some initiatives that we have front of mind that we're aiming to do further down the track as well, to support patients on their financial journey with products.
Okay, wonderful. And do you know what the market retail price is? Anyone, maybe Michael, you'd know the answer to this question. If you are wanting to go to your GP and perhaps ask, this is a good information for you, Michelle, maybe, what would you be looking at for a dosage? for say a week or a month or.
Sorry, we've got our fundraiser just about to start here. I'm really sorry to cut in here, Paul and Michael. Just hang fire.
No problem.
Just for hang fire.
You guys are going to be taken on a weird
Big
journey.
race.
Stay with us, please. Please.
Okay, Luke, we're turning it over to you, mate. Off you go. Here we go.
There you go. That should be it. Is that right?
We got a screen share there.
Yep, it's
All I
on
can see
now.
is the face.
Got it there?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, we do. Okay, can we bring up all the multi-cameras?
Yes, the multi-cameras. I'm just bringing some sound up now.
Who have you put the money on here?
We have got the, what have we got here? Where is the sound gone? Hang on, we've just got a little technical problem
I'll
here.
just tell our guests what we're doing. Sorry, we started putting money into some overseas races.
Oh,
to see
okay,
how we
Luke.
go.
So, Luke,
It
what
happened
you
last
need
night
to do...
out of nowhere.
Can I just
and-
quickly...
now,
Okay, here we go. They're away racing.
Your Glory.
That's cool.
Your Glory now being matched up inside by Wave, getting into the mix as well as
Get in
Ivy
there.
Live.
Who are we after?
Ivy Live, Your
don't know
Glory
yet.
1, 2, and 3, followed back by Rapid
Get-
4.
Where?
Inside runs Gold Lantern, being trailed
This
there
is
by
in Japan,
Dino
guys.
and SK Yamato. Large
Geez,
gap
look at the
between
break of the horses. Big break
Five
there,
Margaret
big gap in the
Gasolini on
middle.
the outside
Yeah,
divide.
but what one is the
Further
one
back
we're
is
looking at here?
I sent it to Benny Mack.
The bomb bomb. Lavides Milano at the back of the pack as we head up into corner number 1 of 2.
This is what problem gambling looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
He won't even stop to tell us which one he's
Right. We want number 11 to come first.
Now making a charge is SK Yamato
11.
on the
Number 11. Can anyone see number 11?
Moving up into that front 3.
That's our horse.
As we head around the final corner, and now we're racing.
Now we're racing. Get in there, boys.
Your Glory. Wave. Switched in between those.
Where are we?
Farther outside now, SK
Basically,
Yamato.
this happened last night out of nowhere, and it started with Luke just turned the
Come on,
screen
boys.
to a bunch
Where are
of
you?
dogs
Here he
running
is.
around,
Outside.
and then we kind of
Get
went,
up there.
"What's this?" And then he's like, "Hold on, watch this," and came up with some more, and we ended up on some ostriches racing. It was all kind of weird. So we've just tuned in for this tonight, which is unfortunately interrupted a really
Sorry, guys.
conversation, but
I've just taken that
Luke.
company bank
Your
account.
Glory.
Let's get
I'm
back to
assuming
it.
that was not a win, was it?
No.
Sorry, guys. Just
All
lost.
right, well, let's get back to the matter at hand. Michael, how much do you think it is if you're wanting to get some medicinal cannabis for some pain? What are you looking at?
Depending on the dose. So there's only, from next month, there's only going to be 4 different ones available of one brand. You're looking anywhere between 100 to 300 a week.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's to stop someone just going to the black market if it's too hard for companies to get up and running and provide alternatives?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's some of the issues at hand at the moment, right? And this is some of the things that we were talking about prior was, what are some of the key benefits of New Zealand is that, it has been a very, very slow burn, but the faster that they do this, that means that more development around testing and quality will be out there for people so they can know what they're taking in.
But can I? The scenario is New Zealand has always grown some of the best marijuana in the world, and without testing. I mean, in fact, we're world famous for it.
Yes.
But we need more testing. It just seems like the government's. Is alcohol put through this kind of testing?
No.
It should
not
be.
Even, not even close. And that's the unfortunate part about this whole sector at the moment. Is that the Ministry of Health has to just be a little bit more flexible in allowing, if you look at the contrast between Australia and New Zealand being stronger in rugby, that's for sure. I heard. In 2027, Australia is meant to be the 5th largest cannabis producer, and everything that comes from New Zealand is very high premium. But over there at the moment, they have around 200 accessible products for GPs to choose from. Whereas New Zealand has, one THC product shelved at the moment.
Right. Okay. So do you guys have a product in the system? So we're buying from you guys, or are you still testing, or how's that working?
No, so we're still in the early phases of the company. We're still starting out, and we hope to have products available probably by the end of next year. But it is a huge project, and it's a lot of financial output and a lot of regulations and a lot of work that needs to go on behind the scenes to get these companies up and running. The market has been really slow in New Zealand, but slowly but surely we are getting there. Unfortunately for all the patients though that have been using products and need access to products, it's not helping them at all. And they're really the ones that have to suffer at the end of the day while all of us get set up to provide local products.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how have you been affected by COVID? Obviously, with the lockdowns, like this is something you got to get in there and use your hands, like you're cultivating, all that stuff. And I'm sure, raising money and everything. How have you been affected by all of the lockdowns?
We've been hugely impacted for sure. Our partners from California and Canada have been wanting to come to New Zealand, and they all want to get out of America, also and migrate to New Zealand. But it's just been such a challenging stage, and not just for us, but for everybody that's just trying to go day to day. But yeah, in short, it's been very difficult.
Okay. Hey, Benny's got a quick question. Sorry, Luke. Benny, off you go.
So, what kind of products would you guys be bringing to market?
Yeah, can I? So we're vertically integrated, and what sort of sets us apart is our partners in California and also Canada. They are, not just partners, but they're also equity holders of Organic Genetics. They have, vertically integrated companies at the moment, which allows us to sort of capitalize that and have really an advantage from the outset. So that means that we'll be commercially cultivating premium craft cannabis, and then we'll be extracting into topicals, oils, gel caps, and even dried flower, and different medications, and also supply. So hopefully, our main objective and goal and our dream actually is to, try to, create real powerful products here in New Zealand, but then thereafter having the brand of New Zealand behind us and to then export internationally. And New Zealand is very widely accepted than a lot of other countries, that's for sure.
That's a genius way to do it. Take your learnings from overseas, bring them here to little old New Zealand, then sell it, push it out to the world with that sort of global branding. I love that. And just as far as those are all the products that you guys want to do, what kind of products are available here in New Zealand today?
Michael, do you want to have a quick chat about that?
There's actually only 4, and they're all, from next month there's only 4, so just a few days away now. And it's a Tilray is the brand, and there's a combination. So there's some THC, some CBD. So there's just 4 different ones, and they have a combination. So there's just CBD plain by itself and THC CBD combinations.
And are they ointments or drops or?
They're oils, yeah.
Okay. So you could maybe apply topically, or you can ingest them, or?
They're designed to be ingested. Yeah.
Okay. And are there gummies available?
No.
So what about CBD ones? Because my friend, she said that she went to the doctor and she had like some prescription little gummies. So I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just make it clear. Sorry, Luke, if Luke, you want to go ahead.
He can wait.
He can wait. He's all right.
I'll ask the next question because I'm following the rules, but go ahead.
No problem. I just wanted to add on to Michael's. There is one product. I mean, there's 2 separate products, which is 2 cannabinoids, which is THC and also CBD. Michael's referring to the CBD component of having 4 different products available.
Right.
Okay.
There is one THC product, which is here, which is called Sativex, which is an oral spray. And that spray is anywhere between $400 to $600, which only lasts for a month, right? So
Something fell off the wall.
Yeah, the laptop is sliding.
Damn. Yeah, I'd fall over to it if my oral spray was $400 to $600 a month. Damn.
It's pretty high.
Rightio, you guys. I've got a question. Paul, first question for you, Paul and Holly.
Yes, sir.
Are you two a couple, or you just been like that? He's been the queasy sort of director or company owner to the receptionist or the chief nurse or doctor.
Yeah, so we are a couple. We've been.
Oh, thank God! I was just going to get that out of the way because I've been watching Paul's
and I
arm.
believe they're both in power positions here. I don't think that Holly is the reception.
Don't be horrible. That's
no problem. Luke, just to let you know, and everybody that's watching, Holly's the boss. I'm just,
okay.
She's the boss.
Now, question for Michael. Michael, I've had 2 heart attacks, and I'm on Cilaspiril for my blood pressure. I'm on rotastatins for something around other, and some aspirin.
Cholesterol. Yep.
What else do you reckon? Can you help me?
we probably need a bit more information than that.
2 heart attacks, blocked arteries. Good fella. Like to have a laugh. Go a bit red in the face at times.
Unfortunately, probably the best thing to do is diet and exercise.
Can I just throw these out?
Running shoes.
Diet, exercise, and medicinal cannabis. Yes.
There you go.
Excellent. Are people just trying to import it because there isn't enough supply legally? I think we've touched on that and we've done very well.
Yeah, but also I think that there was a brand that you could buy, and I think it was called something like Charlotte's Web or something, and it was essentially labeled as some sort of massage topical oil, and that's how they were able to send it into New Zealand. And they actually ended up having to close off New Zealand as a sales funnel because just the rules were far too tight. But they do really well over in Australia, so I think there are slight ways of just turning the dial a little bit so you can get things over. But ultimately the aim of the game is to just get it into the marketplace, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of ways that you could try, as a customer to import products. Some will fail and most will fail, I would say. But legally, there's a process through the Medicinal Cannabis Agency where all products that are going on the market legally have to be assessed. And the assessment process is quite...
it's quite gruesome.
Yeah. A friend of mine is involved in a medicinal cannabis company, and they have been in clinical trials for 3 years. Are you guys going to have to go through that rigmarole as well?
If I could sort of tap into that. So we've got our CSO based in Canada. He's very widely known in the cannabis movement. His name's Dr. Brian King. He currently is conducting the largest cannabinoid toxicology stability testing in conjunction with the University of Kentucky. He holds 2 doctorates in crop science and also plant biochemistry. He's one of the top guys, and fortunate enough, we've had just the chance to sort of bring him on board, which he'll be heading up the research and development for organic genetics here in New Zealand. And this is what we've been trying to tell the whole story to a lot of people that we've been dealing with, is that, we've got people already that not only have been in the industry, but have been in the industry with a proven track record that we really want to adopt here in New Zealand, which, in the end, it pretty much, belongs to organic genetics.
Amazing.
Can I ask, how do you stay in business, you guys, when you're doing all this testing, and how do you hold out until you get a pay? I don't want to say payday, but until you get approved? I mean, there's a lot of treading water there. How are you funding this thing?
We currently have other businesses going, of course, and I've been putting everything that we possibly have into the business. We've been traveling for 2 years. We've been doing this for 7 days a week. There's
I think we've gone about it pretty smart though from the beginning, and we've treated it pretty lightly in terms of costs. I know some of the other companies in New Zealand have had a lot of financial output right from the beginning, so 2 to 3 years ago. But we've been very sort of smart and light on our financials from the beginning. We've also been really lucky enough for Paul to use his networking from LA to get some really amazing team members on board who have taken up equity in the company to help us out. So that's been really amazing as well.
Huge advantage. And that's one of the really big things that sets organic genetics apart. And this is something really I wanted to share with Thane, because I know Thane, you used to be a DJ, and I know that you can know some of these people. The partners that we have are investors and also equity holders. They grow currently for the likes of Mike Tyson. They grow for Shavo from System of a Down, Exhibit, a lot of different celebrities. Our close brothers, they're the home office for a company by the name of Weed Maps, which is the biggest cannabis company, a tech company, which, they are like the Uber Eats of cannabis. So they've designed the technology. They know everybody in the industry, and we've just been really fortunate enough for them to be a part of our team, which allows us to then have like a lot of distribution channels globally, and it's just going to really help us. A lot of cannabis companies make a lot of mistakes, and we just have it.
Luke was first. Luke, quickly.
My question is that I'm doing a charity sleepover on Friday.
Yes.
And I probably need something that, what we're going to do. Maybe, Thane, you can explain exactly what we're going to do.
So what's happening on Friday is we're putting a camera in Luke's bedroom, and we're going to be watching him sleep overnight live. We're going to invite people on. They can wake him up or sing to him or whatever. It's going to be commentated, and the thing is that he wants something that's going to help him fall asleep. I guess this one's for Michael. Is there anything that could he quickly go in for a sore back prescription and?
We might be able to sort you out with something.
Okay,
I'll come and see you, Michael. We'll flash it up on the screen there. They'll see you on Friday morning. Or pop a gummy or two.
No, just quickly. Everyone's buying SpaceX shares. Are you selling any shareholding? Yeah. Can someone invest in this business right now if they think this is where?
It's funny you asked that question right now. I'll let Holly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we currently have our equity crowdfunding campaign, which is live on the Pledge Me platform. You can find it on there by searching Organic Genetics. And we're currently raising up to $2 million to fund our build out of our cultivation facility in West Auckland, and also for our first batch of imported products through our partners, Pharmaceutica. So if you want to go and check it out and invest in organic genetics and become a shareholder and join us on our mission, then go and check us out.
If I could let you know, we've been not fortunate is that our campaign raise that we've been working on so hard actually started the same day that New Zealand went into lockdown. So it was it was the worst timing of all. We've been really trying to get the right support, but we're very sensitive and sympathize with New Zealand and what they're going through with this pandemic, and we can't expect people just to throw money at us because we have a business. But I mean, the biggest thing that we could say is we've really got something good. And we just really need people's help and the reach. And unfortunately, we've just been stuck at the worst time, the best time possible with this race.
Absolutely. And so
pretty much.
When you're doing so, I've never been a crowdfund user. I've never done anything in this space, but actually this was going to be my question as well. So I'm glad you asked, Thane. I've started using Sharesies and things, and I'm quite interested in learning how to, I guess, buy into companies and stuff. How much do you have to buy? Can you do whatever suits for you? Is there a minimum or? I mean, I think what you're doing is amazing. So for me, it's like a no-brainer. That's such a great thing to invest in.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah, so the minimum buy-in is $250. So affordable for most who are interested in getting into the market. So $250, and it can go up to whatever investment limit that you want. We also have reward levels for different investors as well. So you can go and check out on our campaign page and our information memorandum. It has the reward packages for the different tiers of investors.
What was the website?
The campaign's live on Pledge Me, but our website is www.organicgenetics.co.nz. And if you head there, you'll find the link to the campaign page and also all of the information about what you need to know to make a decision to invest in organic genetics.
Very
Amazing.
cool.
And it's not a bad buy-in, considering that just buying a month's worth of oral spray is $400 to $600.
It's one big night out for Luke. Same cost.
They start to come forward.
Sorry, guys.
Starting to come forward on the inside is our Sir Jack, also getting up into its position. Smash It.
Sorry, guys.
Coming up next to Smash It, the favourite Western
We
Style.
want
That up into its position. 3's a charm.
2 to 1.
4 stars.
Number 2 to 1.
Drawn out a little bit
Sorry,
wider.
guys.
We're all set here.
That's it.
Harness Trading
At the
Ring
wagon.
Australia pace is underway, and Western Style, the favourite, got away well. Not as well as 3's a charm, and Mickelov sends it to the lead
I
early.
don't get why there's a man at the back. It just seems so weird, that little buggy.
It's going to be 3's a charm in front. Up on the outside, Western
It's gonna be a tough
Style.
race, this one.
Fab caught on a limb out 3
Oh,
wide,
God.
pushing
Put
forward.
that banana down.
Just in behind them. Our Sir Jack wasn't well served from gate number 1. He's going to be 4 back the inside. To his outer was 4 stars Lil. Valoroso
Look at that beautiful race there. Look at those
Getting
beauties.
up underneath them on the inside to get a track through was Spike Robin. I'm okay.
Get out of there,
second
number
last.
3.
And at the tail of the field was Rise Above This.
Or is that
Down
number
the
2
back day
leading?
stroll, they hit the mile marker, and the leader on the inside is Western Style. The favourite does it nicely, going through a lead time in 48.2.
That's
He
a good
leads out
time.
by a length. The 3's a charm on the outside,
Around.
and facing
One
the
of these
break
horses
was the
will need some,
stablemate to the leader and the favourite at Fab. They're pushed through there by. On the inside,
This
Smash
is-
It. 4
Come
stars
on.
Will is on
Can
the
anyone see
outside
number
in the
2?
1-1.
No.
One out back, Valoroso, Hanover. Well back in the field along the
This is
inside,
exciting
our
stuff.
Sir
Look at
Jack.
the sweat
Third
coming
last
off that
on the
horse.
outside, I'm okay. Second last on the inner was Spike Robin.
Good to see they've got
And
their
at the
mask
tail
on.
of the field was Rise Above This. First quarter, a controlled 30.9, and the leader going past the post for the
we're gonna
second
run more
last time,
time.
and getting the bell is the leader and the favourite Western
It's the longest
Style.
race in history, mate. Come on.
To add
Sorry, this is a big one.
behind the leader, getting that nice run. Still 3's a charm. There's
Not as
been no
big as that banana.
lap now.
That's a
On
good
the
banana.
inside was Smack It, 4 stars Lil.
Here we go.
Gets every
Here we go.
1-1. Valoroso
She's number
Hanover
4.
tracks her forward.
Get up there
Sir
too.
Jack 4 back the inside. I'm okay.
What do you
Should we
want?
come back to the racing, shall we?
Like Robin, and at the tail of the field was Rise Above This. They're passing the 600 metres.
Sticking with
30.1
it.
was the second quarter, and the leader was Western Style on the outside and getting a little bit closer at Fab. 3's a charm, 4 stars Lil. There's one dropping out of it really sharply. That's Valoroso Hanover. Getting through the field now was our Sir Jack. I'm okay. Smash It there also, and Rise
up
Above
there,
This,
Smash
and you
It.
can forget about the other pair as they swing. Third quarter, 27.4. Western Style. He'll head up with a good lead. Getting into second. 3's a charm.
Here we go.
Smash It on the
Come on.
inside. But
Get
down
up
the
there
straight,
too.
it's all Western Style.
Get up there.
Western Style.
Get up there.
There's only interest in the
Oh,
line
my
of Western
God.
Style.
We've had a
3's
bad
charm.
day at the
Could go
races.
for third. 4 stars Lil on the outside will get up, maybe
Oh.
just ahead of Smash It.
We're
Although
lost.
it is a good go, they were followed over by Rise
We're
Above
lost there,
This.
guys. Sorry about that.
Okay, well back to
Yeah,
finish.
okay, mate.
We pick the horses.
Valoroso,
We pick the
Hanover.
horses next
How do
week.
we get rid of this?
Like,
How do,
Is this racing for Luke only? Yawn. Classic.
oh, I'm going to have to second that one.
Oh,
Well,
good banana.
I just went in the interim while we were having to endure that. I went onto your Instagram page, and oh my God, I know this is like aside from the fact that this all works, but it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
It looks gorgeous.
It's all Holly. It's all Holly, Sophia. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I followed you both. I'm fangirling over here.
Thank you.
So if you would like to follow them on Instagram, it's organic.genetics. And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I've just realized when I did that, I think I know your sister, Holly.
Oh, yes, Rael.
Yes. So we're chatting. I've got a business called Daily Wellness, and it's bioactive natural skincare and inner wellness products like spirulina. So I've been chatting to her through that, hoping to get her beautiful face into some of my
that's
photos.
incredible.
We'll get it for you now.
Excellent.
You let us know what you want. We'll call
get
it
it genetic requirements to collab with you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. This has been really interesting. From someone talking about myself here, I have absolutely no idea, and I'm not a fan of weed in a traditional sense. So learning about this and how it can help people and how to get involved and support your business as well, because what you're doing seems incredible, also very much needed, and you've got a great system, you know, just having everything lined up so well from LA and Canada. I hope those are the right places. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like a winner. Amazing.
Now, last question from me there, Paul and Holly. Holly, I just apologise that you are the boss, and I do apologise. But I'm just wondering, Paul,
yes.
Are you related to this person at all? I remember this old James Bond movie here. Are you related to this man?
Oh my God.
Can I tell you a funny story that you actually?
Please do.
My old director in Australia used to say that all the time to me. It's funny how you mentioned that.
Is that right?
Yeah, straight.
There you go.
Fantastic.
But can I say something from Holly and I? Thane, Sophia, Luke, thank you so much for allowing us to get on your platform and really, just share our story briefly anyway. So we really appreciate that genuinely. And thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. It's so kind.
Thanks for running through the horse racing and all that kind of stuff. But
no, I enjoyed it. Thanks, Luke. I appreciate it. It was a good
pleasure, mate. I like a bit of fun into it.
Well, you guys, anytime that you want to come back, especially if there's new developments or if we hear anything in the business, we'll call you guys as our industry people and bring you back in the chat. That'll be great.
Absolutely.
Sounds great.
We would love that. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul,
And
Holly,
thank
and
you,
Michael.
Michael,
Thank you very much.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Guys. Awesome.
See you guys.
Well, I think that was a fantastic chat tonight. Really was.
Absolutely. I am so interested.
Absolutely. Weren't they? They were super interesting. Almost like one of the longest interviews and the coolest interviews we've had on this show. And you know why?
What was that?
Come on, just have a little think about it, because it's like cool stuff. It's like new fucking medicine that's like boogeyman medicine that they've told you is bad. And it's like, they always keep the good stuff back. Anyway.
All right, guys, I've got a new feature, everybody. We're going to extend it out to our community now. One last thing. We've had a couple of people guess wrong. Who are these 4 people? They all share a birthday today. Today, 28th of September. If you get them all right. The first guy there is Bam Margera.
Margera.
I'm
glad. The thing is, I love it. I love this. It's like we've like stuck with a couple of with a bunch of boomers, and I'm like, anyway, Bam Margera.
And he's from that show. What was the show? That prank show, wasn't it? With the
bloody hilarious.
I think he was kicked off, and he's actually got a lawsuit in place at the moment because he was a bit.
Yeah, there's a huge ruckus going on there around that guy, but he's an absolute mess. And who else have we got in that picture? I mean, it looks like
Hilary Duff, Bridget Bardot, is it?
All right, and then Bridget Bardot, Hilary Duff, correct. The last
and Little Richard.
No.
Little Richard.
I don't know who the hell that is. I'm only 30 something.
Little Richard.
Yeah, I mean, look, the moustache
awesome.
thing here. I
guess who he is.
The Little Richard.
Definitely try, but now I've given away all the other 3. So.
No, I still don't know. I still don't know who that little
Ray Charles.
Not Ray Charles. No, not Ray Charles.
Frankie Valli.
So $50 voucher to Midnight Gardener if you can guess the last guy.
I reckon it's little Chuck Little.
What?
Chuck Little.
Not Cherry. Chuck Berry. No.
Is it Chuck Berry?
No, not Chuck Berry, and it's not Chubby Checker.
All I know is he's got
ancient.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
all
and
right,
he's got
I'll
a
sing a little.
little
Hang on,
moustache.
Benny, I'll sing a little bit of a song, okay? Benny, you got to learn the
Okay.
hand signal thing, or else you're crashing over everybody. So we put your hand up when you want to
Oh,
talk.
you
From now
guys
on, guys.
Look, that sucks. That sounds like a whole lot of hogwash. If you guys are too fucking beta cuck to actually be able to.
So, anyways, the thing is, Ben E. King is the guy. I don't think anybody was going to get it. Ben E.
No, I
King.
don't think so. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there was a lot of generations in there. Maybe
Yeah.
we should choose one generation up.
Yeah.
What was he from,
I
like the
think so.
1920s?
he was like from. Come on, guys, Benny King, Stand By Me. Remember, Stand By Me. Not Barry White. Sorry, yes. What were you saying, Luke?
Luke.
Just want to say we just lost both those races, so I took it out of the company credit card, guys, out of the radio station. Credit card.
Fantastic.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Hey,
We're gonna. I think I've got my hand up. I've got my paw
Yes.
raised.
Off you go.
I feel like we might have to get rid of the racing or leave it for the last 10 minutes. Can we watch it in not real time? Is it?
No. It's got to be real time.
Let's just do one race, a short one.
Okay, deal. Can it be ostrich?
Yep.
Okay.
Also, can I just say I particularly like it when you turn the camera to your actual monitor. I thought that was more fun.
Yeah, I thought so too. I didn't like that thing.
It slowed it all down a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So let's get that other guy out. We come up with good ideas, eh, guys?
I like to see all the rubbish on your desk.
Me too. I love to see it.
It's
Hey,
relatable.
I just want to quickly get through some of my police stuff. This is the community stuff. Here is a new segment called Most Wanted. And there's currently a New Zealander on the loose. This is a guy here. He's Adrian Colbert, age 28. There is a warrant for his arrest right now. He looks like he'd serve you in Kiwi Bank, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know, something like that. Looks like a teller. But if you've seen Adrian Colbert, or you know where he could be hiding out tonight, why don't you contact the police on 105, and there's a little reference number as well.
What's he done?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
They won't
Looks
say.
like he swung a couple of cats around the neighborhood or something. But you know, you never know because he does look quite normal. And then you think,
Let's
I've seen
guess. Let's all guess what he's done. Let's have another look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, you go first, Sophia.
You know, I don't like to pick on someone based on just their face, but I feel like almost because he's most wanted, I can.
Guess that crime. This is brilliant.
But it's the small mouth that starts me off in a bad way.
Yeah.
And the rash doesn't help.
No.
Very thick hairline, though. Look at that.
Very.
Yeah. So what's he done, though?
Maybe he's stolen someone's hairline.
Yeah.
Maybe yours, Luke.
Oh, no, my hairline's bloody good.
Luke,
Come
Luke,
on.
have a crack. What do you reckon? Have a crack, Luke.
Well, the first thing that strikes me straight away is his eyes.
Yes.
I don't like his eyes. They have very criminal-looking eyes. He looks very woggish, and he's. I think personally, he's been into a fight because he's got a scar on his left-hand eyebrow, so there's a scar there. So I personally think he's nicked an old lady's handbag.
Wow, nicked a old lady's handbag. I'm going to have a quick go. I reckon this guy is your classic filming sensitive content on a phone underneath the toilet cubicle. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
or strapped his
yes.
phone to his foot, and he's a little bit of it's got a perv vibe.
I feel like he's got a mean to animals vibe as well. You know what I'm
Let's have
saying?
another look. Oh yeah.
Has anyone Facebook that name?
Sorry?
Has anyone Facebook the name?
No.
Probably the police.
Feel free.
Oh, us.
Yeah.
No, none of us. But I'm sure we'll figure this out in just a moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, guys, if you have seen old Colbert there again, 105. Now, one last thing for my police files. Tonight we've got stolen property.
Goodness me.
Yeah. Have a look at this, Luke. This stuff has been picked up right here. This is stolen property. And it's all needing an owner right now.
Yes.
So Police have arrested and charged a man following a string of burglaries in Auckland City following inquiries by the Avondale Tactical Unit. There's a warrant out front. They got him and nicked him in Hillsborough. 38-year-old man has been charged with various offences, including burglary ×6, thefts from vehicles, and is appearing in court. All these items have been recovered, and they're searching for the owners. So if you think you know somebody who owns any of this stuff,
actually, that's mine. That's my Milwaukee. That's my nickname. Milwaukee's my nickname. That's mine.
You know that they're going to need photos.
I'll just go down to Bunnings and take a
photo of you in a Milwaukee real quick.
Yeah, go to Bunnings, take a photo of Milwaukee. Go, hey, this is my Milwaukee.
Here we go. We've got Knicker Thief from Sarah Gilmore.
I used to have a dog that was a bit of a knicker thief. It was pretty disgusting. I think it's a thing.
Clean or used?
Used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's our mate Mack gone?
He split the dummy because I cut him off because he was going to go in a rant that would actually go over the top of our audio, defeating the thing of the hand signal scenario.
Oh,
and because he's got a piercing microphone, it just barrels over the top of us. So I think he's got the shits.
Well, it is. It's learning a whole new thing, isn't it? I'm not used to it. In a conversation, sometimes you kind of interrupt to show that you're supporting what they're saying, and you're like, I agree. Listen to my version of events to show that I understand what you're saying and I empathize with you. And it just doesn't come across that way on camera. It's kind of a hard thing to learn. I feel like we're getting there. The hand raising is a good test. At least it's going to bring our awareness in.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, tomorrow night, I think what we do, if I want to say something, I go like this, so it's less,
Are you talking?
Yeah, you do. What's your signal tomorrow night? Mine's this.
Okay.
What's yours going to be?
What's yours, Thane? Do you have to have one as well, or are you the boss? How does this
I'll
work?
go. Well, you guys signal, and then I'll call your names to go and do the question part. You know what I mean?
Okay. You're going to take the authority power position of the decider.
Tomorrow night on the show, everybody, we've got Bomber Bradbury. We've got Nigel Godfrey, the guy who runs the Miss Universe New Zealand. And we've also got this woman called Gail who's going to talk to us about the AT spending $300,000 on the cones up and down Ponsonby Road.
Oh my God, the cones!
Yeah.
What is with that?
Benny, Benny won't be raising his hand to talk. That's fair enough, Benny.
Benny,
we appreciate you had emotional swing out there on your left. But hey,
just lift your sunglasses when you want to talk.
Yeah.
Luke would like to say something.
Luke?
Well, tomorrow I've got a halo light coming too, by the way.
Where did you get one? Because they're all sold out on Kmart.
Oh, I just got one from Ubertech.
Where?
Oh, good. Yeah.
PBTech.
Yeah,
PBTech. Oh, they're great, aren't they?
Yes, I've got one of those, so I'll look just as good as you.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see that.
Takes a bit of makeup to get me ready for the show, but I don't have to do any makeup
Slap
anymore.
on a bit of rouge.
That's it.
Sorry?
A cup of tea ready. I've got to go.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Manny. Catch you later. So that's our buddy boy. He's off to do his cup of tea.
Selena is supporting Benny in this. I like that there's...
This is like Benny Gate now, isn't it? It's Benny Gate.
Yeah.
We've had our first Dennis to kind of walk off, and now Selena is coming to kind of smooth the roads. I think everybody's adults. I mean, you're allowed to walk off.
I think we're adult enough to go, hey, you know what? That's okay. So what's my signal going to be? I don't know. Probably just still put my hand up because it's easier.
To be honest, I don't know if Benny was going to say this, but I kind of forgot to do the hand signals halfway through, so I was just punching them out,
I know. Yeah. No, it's a hard thing. We're getting there. We're learning this together. So there you go. So we've had an agreement that we recap. We're not going to do the racism in other people's interviews because it's highly rude and very awkward. We're going to do just the one race. Preferably, we're going to do the ostrich race because it's the funniest. And maybe we'll just do that at the end.
Okay. And we're going to do the hand signals in important interviews, but when we're freeballing, it's anybody's
game.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, that sounds like a good strategy. Benny, I think that's reasonable. I hope that you agree with that.
Now, this is great. Now, Benny says I got kicked off. Yeah, I did kind of shut you over because I just needed to jump up on and chat there, Benny, and maybe that wasn't the best way of going about it. But, and saying it, Boomer, here he goes. Boomer racism, Benny, with his classic. Yeah, maybe it was actually. That's so much what an old person does to a son. What were you saying? Hang up. Forget it. Look, let's just forget this Boomergate business and move on, everybody.
Let's just have a great time. It's not about us. It's about the it's about the viewers. Okay, so let's just calm our farms.
Free Benny, everybody. Free Benny, 2021. Okay.
Anyway, so what are we going to watch this evening? New Amsterdam is on.
Yeah, man.
What other good things are coming on? Hey, October's almost here, and what's coming in October? The one with the
Succession.
children. Yes.
Succession.
Yep.
All right. Hey, it's 10:30. It's only Benny now, just throwing a boomer of stones. So let's just leave it there. We're back tomorrow, everybody, with Bomber Bradbury. Have a great Tuesday night. And from all of us here at Talkback with Thane and Sophia, have a fantastic evening. We'll leave you with this message from Selena, Spain. We love you all. No infighting, but very normal.
Okay.
Yeah.